कर्णिकपात्रं श्रीरङ्गवीररघुराक्षरगोपहृज्यं वेदान्तदेशिकेति नमः प्रपद्ये श्रीमते श्रीवंशगोपश्रीवेदान्तदेशिकेति नमः देशिकाय नमः रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम् भगवत सर्वलोक योग
time. Don't waste your time. Question after question. Be ready and shoot the questions. Question number 1. Radha, you let me go in the same order. Pritika, your question. Pritika.
Yes, Swamiji.
Any questions?
No, Swamiji.
You don't ask, then I have to ask you.
Okay,
Which
Swamiji.
one you want? You will ask me or shall I ask you?
You ask me, Swamiji.
Oh, wow. I appreciate you. I appreciate your confidence. Okay. Can you do Sharanagati for others?
No, Swamiji. Only an Acharya can do it for us.
No, not that. Okay. Can you do Sharanagati, say for example, for your father? Suppose your dad didn't do Sharanagati. Can you do Sharanagati on behalf of your dad?
Yes, Swamiji.
Good. Give me an example. I thought you're a smart kid. Vibhishana came to do Sharanagati at the feet of Lord Rama. Along with Vibhishana, 4 of his ministers also came. They did not do directly Sharanagati, but Vibhishana did Sharanagati for them also. Rama gave Sharanagati to Vibhishana and his 4 associates. What all the 4 associates have to do is, they should never say, no, I don't want Sharanagati. And they should not do anything to ruin their Sharanagati. Means after Sharanagati, they should not do other Devi Devata pujas, and they should not hurt other Bhagavatas. As long as they don't do, yes, even though Vibhishana did for them, it works for them also. Can you give one more example? Okay, let me go to Radha. Radha, can you give one more example?
I'm not sure, Swamiji.
Come on, I thought you're all smart kids. You're not listening to me. Okay, the other person who did for others is a Trijata, Valmiki Ramayana, Sundarakanda. All the female demons, they literally tortured Sita for 1 year. Finally, one day Trijata said, stop it. We can no longer say one bad word about Sita. Saw Rama coming to Lanka, killing Ravana, and going back to Ayodhya with Sita Devi in a wonderful flight. When Rama could come and kill Ravana because he abducted Sita, will he spare us? Because we literally tortured Sita for 1 year. Therefore, if at all we have to save ourselves, we must do Sharanagati to Sita Devi. And Trijata did Sharanagati for herself and also for the other 99 female demons. Sita Devi accepted their Sharanagati and blessed them. How do we know that? That she gave Sharanagati after the war was over. Rama came, built the bridge across the ocean, came, fighting went on between Rama and Ravana. Finally, Ravana died. Hanuman comes to Sita Devi again and tells, Madam, war is over, Rama is victorious, Ravana is dead. Tell me, what should I do? She says, what a silly question, what should I do? Take me right away to my Rama. 2 minutes time. She said, no, not even 2 seconds. I want to go to my Rama. And second thought is, by the way, why do you need 2 minutes? He said, look at these female demons. They literally tortured you. They even threatened you. They're going to kill you and eat you bit by bit. Give me 2 minutes. I'll punch them. I'll kill them. Then I'll take you. Sita Devi said, nothing doing. Trijata did Sharanagati for herself and for the other female demons. I promised them protection here and I promised them salvation. You cannot even touch them. So, if at all you become a pure devotee, you can also do Sharanagati on behalf of your family members, provided they also follow the rules. Namely, they also no more meat eating, no chicken, no non-veg, no onion, garlic. They should always eat only Krishnarpanam, They should say Krishna Arpanam and eat. Whatever is fit to be offered to Krishna, you can eat. If they follow the rules, they need not come directly. Yes, Sharanagati can be done even without Samashrayanam. Even without Shankachakra Mudras, Sharanagati can be done. What does it mean? Exceptional cases, without even passport, you can travel. That's what it is. Good. Now you understand? Manasvi, question, you want to ask me or shall I ask you?
Swamiji, I have no question.
Then I have to ask you a question. Otherwise, you are all sleeping only. You just log in and you are sleeping. I don't like that. Okay, you want to ask me again or shall I ask you a question?
You can ask me, Swamiji.
Very good, Ra. Very good, Ra. Now, before that, do you understand what I said, Manasvi?
Yes, Swamiji.
Preetika and Radha, did you understand what I said?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay, Manasvi, question. How did Prahlada become such a great devotee?
Because
How did
Swamiji, when he
Prahlada
was
become a great
when he was in his still didn't born, he was in his mom's stomach. Like he used to listen to all the devotional things which were played.
Tell me again, Manasvi, tell me again.
Swamiji, when he was still not born yet and he was in his mother's stomach, he used to listen to all the devotional stuff which were said and played. And yeah.
Now hold on. When you were there in the stomach of your mom, you should not say stomach, you're a big girl, in the womb of your mother, right? You know the word womb, W-O-M-B?
Yes.
Okay. Stomach is a very crude word. Okay. When you were there in the womb of your mother also sang so many songs, so many devotional things. Then how come you did not become Prahlada?
Maybe
Say,
after
when Radha was there in the womb of her mother also did so many prayers. How come Radha did not become Prahlada?
she couldn't we couldn't keep it up after it.
What is it you could not?
We could not keep that up. Like we got into
No,
other
you
stuff.
cannot keep it up. No. The first and the foremost thing, the answer for that is you must have a good teacher. You must have a very good teacher, Acharya. Then only you can become a pure devotee. Then only. Not because Prahlada in the womb of his mother. By the way, what is Prahlada's mother's name?
Not
What is
sure.
Prahlada's mother's name? Pritika, what is Prahlada's mother's name? Radha? Something is wrong with all of you. Srinija, what is Prahlada's mother's name? Who said that?
స్వామీజీ పెద్దవాళ్ళు అలా ఉన్నారు స్వామీజీ సారీ
Yes, anybody is allowed. చూస్తున్నారు కదా వీళ్ళందరూ, the children are getting, I know, because I'm not asking, they become very sleepy, that's all. Very good. Somebody said Leelavati, correct. In Potana's Bhagavatam, she is addressed as Leelavati, but in Sanskrit Bhagavatam, she is also called Kayadu. Kayadu. Okay? Some people say Kayadu, some people say Leelavati. Leelavati or Kayadu, when she was expecting, okay, she was fortunate to get into the ashramam of Narada Maharshi. Narada Maharshi is a great Acharya, great Bhagavata. Because of his Upadesham of Narayana Mantram to Leelavati, Leelavati being a pregnant woman was very tired as Narada was explaining the glories of Narayana and finally the Narayana Mantram. She fell asleep. Prahlada in the womb of Leelavati or Kayadu, he learnt it. Because of the utmost devotion Prahlada had for his teacher, Narada. It is the Acharya Bhakti that makes a person perfect in spiritual life. Where there is no Acharya Bhakti, there is no way we can make progress in spiritual life. Now, that said, is that clear to you, Manasvi?
Yes, Swamiji.
Now, Srinija, question to you. Give me one example. If you have perfect Acharya Bhakti, you can become a great devotee. Give me one good example. Ask you.
Can I ask you a question, Swamiji?
Go ahead.
So, since after like whatever actions we do, we always accumulate karma.
Right.
If somebody is influenced by their parents to perform bad karma, will they accumulate that karma?
Wow. Until you are 13, if the parents are influencing you to do bad things, the karma will go to the parents, not to the children. Once you are 13, your own account of karma will start.
Okay.
Once you are 13, even if your parents say do something stupid, you should be bold enough to say, sorry, Dad, that is not acceptable to Lord Krishna. We should not do that.
But what if somebody doesn't learn about Krishna and all, like all this dharma and things, and they don't know, and
Now
then
the question is, if you do not know, look at me. When I was born, I was only a baby like you. I don't even know what is 2 plus 2 equal to 4. I don't even know 9 times 2 equal to 18. But I went to school. I learned. Then I knew addition. I knew subtraction. I knew multiplication. Then I studied maths, physics, so many things. We learn. Same thing. How long can we say we don't know? At some point or other, it is the duty of the parents first, not only to educate their children about maths, physics, engineering, medicine, but also about life, death, life after death, reincarnation, or salvation. It is the duty. If not, don't mistake me. This is just a tender reminder to the parents, like Vasudha or Preetika's mom, Radha's mom, Vidisha's parents, Manasvi's parents, Sujay, or Srinija's parents, or Srikriti's parents, Sunita, or Padma, or Annapurna's parents, Mala, Josna, Sadashiva, Anuradha, Kriti and Kirtana's parents. You know what? This is a real thing. You know, with this WhatsApp, you keep on getting hundreds of messages every day. Somebody sent me a message. It was either a bit funny. I thought, let me read it. Sometimes my messages are piling up hundreds. Whenever I get a few minutes, I'll try to read and keep deleting. Okay, one such message was, one Hindu girl went and married a Muslim boy. Well, after a couple of months, the Hindu parents finally managed. Yeah, come in. To me the other day by WhatsApp message. There are some 18 kids on the line. So the message was, there was a Hindu girl who married a Muslim boy. After the marriage, a couple of months after, the parents, Hindu parents, visited that girl. Finally, in front of her husband, in front of her in-laws, they asked her, what is it that attracted you to Islam, that you left Hinduism and married a Muslim boy? You know what that girl told the parents? You tell me, Dad and Mom, did you teach me anything about Hindu religion? You are always interested. I should go to college. I should become a doctor. I should become an engineer. I should become a lawyer. Did you ever teach me Ramayanam? Did you ever teach me Bhagavad Gita? Did you ever teach me what is devotional life? No. But look at my boyfriend, now husband. The minute he became my boyfriend, he took me to his house. He taught me Quran. He taught me how to do namaz. He taught me how to pray in his own religious way. What did you people do? I grew up with you for 22 years. Did you ever tell me what is Ramayana? Did you ever teach me even 10 verses in Bhagavad Gita? You did not even care to give me any religious education. What all you were interested? Oh, is my daughter beautiful or not? Is my daughter going to a good college or not? Is my daughter or son going to become an engineer or lawyer or a doctor or not? That's all you were interested. Whereas this man, he came into my life. Yes, he loves me. Yes, he wants family life. But at the same time, within 6 months, he taught me how to do namaz. He taught me how to read Quran. You never did that. Therefore, religious education is as important or more important than your physical education or academic education. Going back to Srinija. So if you are below 13, if your fathers are asking you to eat meat, etc., I'm just giving an example. The sin goes to the parents. But once you are 13, your own account will start. Your own account will start. Got it, Srinija? Just give me 1 second, Amma.
Yes, Swamiji.
Just 1 second, I'm coming. So, Srinija, is the question over?
Yes, Swamiji.
Is your question answered?
Yes, it is answered.
Good. Now, do you have a question for me or shall I ask you a question?
Srimanarana Swamiji, can I request if you can talk to them about time management and punctuality? Also, all the time I hear the kids saying they don't have time for something.
Very good, Amma. Just one question, I'll go there. Now, this question, can you give one example of what we started, namely, that if your loyalty is there to your guru, to your acharya, you will become a great person. Can any one of you kids, right, because now we have to go to answer Mala's question. So, Anuradha, Kriti, or Kirtana, or Annapurna, or Sri Kriti, anyone of you give one solid example. Yeah,
I know the answer.
go ahead.
Prahalada.
Prahlada is very loyal. That is, give a better example. Prahlada got a great teacher. We have to take it only for that. But if you are very loyal to your acharya, you will become very great. Where do you know? Give one good example. Exactly. Madhura Kavi Alvar. Of the 12 alvars, 11 of them prayed to Narayana. Narayana in different forms as Ranganatha, Srinivasa, Narasimha, Krishna, Rama, like that. But one Alvar, Madhurakavi Alvar, he did not even pray to Bhagavan Narayana. He only said, I don't even want that Krishna. கண்ணினம் சிறுத்தம்பினால் கட்டுண்ண பண்ணிய பெருமாயின் என் அப்பனில். That Supreme Lord Krishna, who was so merciful and who allowed himself to be tied up by his mother Yashoda. I don't care about him. I don't want. My Acharya Nammalvar is enough for me. Remember,
How about Kuratalvar and Ramanuja Swami?
actually Kuratalvan is great. Kuratalvan also had so much of loyalty to his Acharya, he became great. But he was not called an Alvar. The highest level when you are calling, the highest level of devotees are called Alvars. Yes, next to what do you call Madhurakavi Alvar? Yes, Kuratalvan, no doubt about that.
Okay, Swamiji.
So the highest level is Madhurakavi Alvar.
Okay, Swamiji.
Now, is that clear, Amma?
Yes, Swamiji.
Now going back to time management. Why do you say there is no time, sir? You have time for everything. Your priorities have to change. There is a gentleman sitting in front of me. Sir, what is your Gotram, sir? Vishwamitra Gotram. Do you have a Yajnapavitam? Are you doing Sandhyavandanam? Oh, what kind of a Brahmin are you? Huh? So what do you mean by sometimes, sir? Once a month? Once a week? Once a month. Can you do me a favor? Can you go tomorrow to your office and tell your boss, hello, sir, I'll come to office only once a month. Give me the full pay. You know what your boss will say? Sir, why coming even for one day, sir? Take that also as rest, so that no pay. That means if you go to your office for one day and ask for full pay, nobody will give you, right? Then how do you expect God to give you protection that if you do your Sandhya Vandana, which is mandatory like attending the job, do it only one day a month? That's not right. What is your excuse? You have no time. Now stop there. God, kids, listen, this is all for you. You have time to go for 8 hours to school. You have time to watch TV. You have time to send text messages. You have time to sleep. You have time to watch TV. You have time for everything. You have time to talk to your friends. You have time to eat. You have time to dress up. You have time to take shower. And only when it comes to Krishna, I have no time. And that is not an acceptable answer. You have to create, you have to prioritize what is most important for you. Do that first. In Hindi, they say, Kal kare to aaj kare to ab. What you want to do tomorrow, do it today. What you have to do today, do it now. If you start postponing, now, if you start postponing, you will never complete that job. Can you give one example for this from Bhagavad Gita, any one of you?
Can
If
you
you
repeat the question, Swamiji?
if you start postponing things, you can never become a devotee even. Give me one example, exact verse from Bhagavad Gita.
Swamiji, Dharmaraju,
No. Give me an example from Bhagavad Gita, a verse. Vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. You remember? Dirgha sutri cha, without prioritizing. A job that can be done in 30 minutes. You take 2 hours to do that. That is called procrastination. A job that can be done in 30 minutes, if you spend 2 hours on that, that is called procrastination, the height of our laziness. Therefore, never postpone things. As a student, your first priority to your academic matters, classwork, homework. I want to go to music class is a secondary. I have to do homework, that is primary. I have to attend karate classes, that is secondary. I have to go to tennis practice, that is secondary. I have to go to dance classes, that is secondary. Your first priority, you are going to school and doing your homework and maintaining a good health. These are your priorities. These other things, I had to go for my music class, I had to go to my dance class, I had to go to my tennis class, I had to go to my swimming class, I had to go to my karate class. These are all extra curricular activities. Extra curriculum is your academic curriculum. And if your focus is there on tennis or music or dance, nothing wrong. Then simply say goodbye to high school. Say goodbye to high school. Go to a dance academy. Join the dance academy full time. And in 8 years, you'll become an expert dancer. Your priority is music. Say goodbye to your high school. Go join a music academy. They will teach you Hindustani, Carnatic, vocal, instrumental. Become an expert. But don't be a jack of all trades. Be a master of at least one. You want to focus on academic matters? Good, focus on that. Never give the excuse, I have no time. You know what they say? The busiest man has the time for everything. The laziest fellow has no time for anything. If somebody is saying, Mala, no offenses, don't take it personally. If somebody is saying, I have no time, I'm running short of time, means either that person doesn't know the priorities, and if that person knows the priorities, he is lazy not to complete the job on time. Whether we like it or not, this is what exactly the scriptures say. From Bhagavad Gita, Vishadi Dirghasutri Cha Karta Tamasa Uchyate. Tamo Gunam, always sleepy, lazy. That is the one leading to procrastination. Go ahead.
Swamiji, which chapter is this in, Swamiji?
What is it, Amma?
Which chapter is this in, Swamiji?
Come on, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yogam.
Oh, okay, Swamiji.
Vishadi Dirghasutri Cha Karta Tamasa Uchyate. Go ahead, Amma. Next question. Mala, next question. Okay, Annapurna.
Swamiji, the importance of punctuality.
The importance of punctuality. Yes, I am not qualified. I always say 11 o'clock is the class. I myself came 8 minutes late. I'm sorry because I could not get out of what I was doing upstairs. Even then, I told the priest, sorry, I am already late. I had to go to the class. You complete the remaining part of the puja. I explained only the basic section of the Santana Gopala Krishna puja. Usually I stay there to chant Gopala Vimshati and the Krishna Ashtotram. Today I even skipped that because I have to at least come down 8 minutes late, I thought. Yes, punctuality is very important. At some point or other, we all should learn that to cut short, and do not keep anybody waiting. We should. I myself am guilty of it so many times because the temple is running very short of staff and I have to take care of. It is not that I'm not interested in teaching the kids. Therefore, punctuality, we must. The greatest person to follow punctuality, the greatest person to follow punctuality is Bhagavan Krishna himself. Bhagavan Krishna himself. How do you know? Narada wanted to test. In this world, every man is having tough time with a wife because the demands of wives are so much. He has to work a lot. He has to earn a lot of money. Today she wants a silk saree. Tomorrow, gold vardhanam. Next year, diamond necklace. Afterwards, children. Afterwards, comforts for the children. Afterwards, big car. Afterwards, big house. Good. Narada got a doubt. People are struggling to manage with one wife. How could Krishna manage 16,108 wives? One day he came to Dwarka. He went round and round and round 16,108 palaces. Narada was surprised and shocked to see Krishna was the only person who followed punctuality as meticulously as no one can imagine. Will get up in Brahma Muhurtam Krishna. Will finish all his puja, everything, including Sandhya Vandanam, by morning, by sunrise time, in the Brahma Muhurtam. Get ready. He still, in spite of his getting married and having family life, Krishna attended to his parents also, Devaki and Vasudeva. Krishna attended to his grandparents also, Shurasena. Krishna attended to his children also. In one house, Narada found Krishna performing the Aksharabhyasam for a child. Another house, doing Upanayinam for a child. Another house, performing a marriage for his daughter. Another house, doing Bhagavan's Aradhana. Therefore, if you maintain time, you will be able to complete all your allotted duties. Every one of you have a cell phone. Remember, cell phone can be used not only to send messages, not only to look at your internet, not only to call somebody. It has a clock also. It has a clock also. When you take your cell phone into your hands, you must look at time. Okay, what time is it now? What time is my next assignment? What time is my next duty? That means 12 minutes I should spend on either the internet or the messages. The minute it is 12, no, I must stop it and get out and go to the next job. Punctuality, same thing. The people who want to be punctual, very simple. Before going to bed, simple question. What do you do usually? If it is children, parents say, come on, have a cup of milk. If it is elderly people, did you take your medication? Do you take your blood pressure medicine? Did you take your diabetes medicine? That is the elderly people. Good people, they first go to their cell phone or a calendar. Tomorrow morning, what time is sunrise? 6:45. 1.5 hours before that, 96 minutes before that. 6:45 means 5:30 at least. 1.5 hours, 5:15. Set your alarm for 5:15. Get up. Quickly have a shower. Do your prayers before sunrise. Sun rises in the east. Brahma Muhurtam. Punctuality. Punctuality starts right from the time you wake up. But what do? Oh, Monday to Friday, I had to go to school, I had to go to office, we do. Saturday, Sunday, we become lazy. I don't have to set the time. No, 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 no. You must wake up punctually even on Saturday, Sunday, because 2 days of not following is like the cancer started invading the system. Slowly it will invade the whole system. Therefore, punctuality is important. And punctuality starts with what time you wake up and how sincere you are in setting up your alarm clock for the next morning. Got it?
Yes, Swami. Swami, what is Brahma Muhurtam?
Brahma Muhurtam. 96 minutes of time before the sun rises is called Brahma Muhurtam, when even the busiest of the busy person, Brahma. You know who is the busiest of the busiest persons? Brahma. Because non-stop he has to create, give bodies to trillions and trillions of souls. Even that Brahma will wake up according to his time 1.5 hours before sun rises and completes his shower and all the mandatory prayers he has to do. That's why it's called Brahma Muhurtam. Brahmotsavam, the first great festival, is done by Brahma, doing the prayers very early in the morning on an empty stomach before the sun rises is the most appropriate time to do. Got it? Okay.
Yes.
Now we came up to Mala. Next question.
Swamiji, it'll be good to talk to them about communication skills.
We are communicating. Let us see. Annapurna,
Swamiji, I have a question.
go ahead.
What's the difference between Jivatma and Paramatma?
Nice.
Goodness. Who is this? Kirtana or Kriti?
It's Kirtana, Swamiji.
Kirtana, how old are you, Kirtana?
9.
You are 9 years old and you want to know the difference between Jivatma and Paramatma, right?
Yes, Swamiji.
Yourself, myself, your father, your mother, my father, my mother, your friends, my friends, we are all Jivatmas. We are all Jivatmas who have to go through our actions and reactions, karma and karma phalam. Bhagavan, super soul, Paramatma, has no karma at all. Even when he takes birth, there is no karma attached to him. How do you know that? Krishna himself
Namam
says.
karmani limpanti name karma phale spraha.
Very good, Ra. See, it's how old are you? Who said this?
Shrikriti, Swamiji.
Shrikriti, how old are you?
12, Swamiji.
12. See, a 12-year-old girl is saying from Bhagavad Gita. I only said, even when Bhagavan incarnates as a human being, even though he does everything, karma will not touch him. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spruha. There is another verse also, Shrikriti, can you say that?
I don't remember.
That karma will not affect Bhagavan. As Rama, he killed Vali. Karma will not affect him. As Rama, he killed Ravana. Karma does not affect him.
Oh, yes, Swamiji.
Anaditvat nirgunatvat paramatmayam avyayah sharirastopi kaunteya na karoti na lipyate. Remember?
Yes, Swamiji.
So, for Paramatma, going back to my good friend Kirtana, karma will not affect Paramatma. And a Jivatma, a soul, is always a servant to Paramatma. And Paramatma is always the master. Jivatma can only aspire and get moksham. Paramatma is the one who can give moksham. A Jivatma, even after you are getting moksham, you may go to Vaikuntham. You may have a similar form, exactly similar form as Narayana. Sarupya moksham. If you go to Vaikuntham, you will find many people looking almost like Narayana with the four hands, Shankham, Chakram, Gada, Padmam. But they cannot give moksham to other Jivatmas. And a Jivatma can never become Paramatma. Why? Because Mahalakshmi will never accept a Jivatma as her husband. Only she accepts Narayana as her husband. So Jivatma is a servant, Paramatma is the master. Jivatma has a karma, Paramatma has no karma. Jivatma cannot give moksham to others or to himself or herself. Paramatma can give moksham to anyone and everyone who does Sharanagati. Is that enough, Kirtana?
Yes, Swamiji, I understood it.
When are you coming, Amma? Try to come sometime, Amma. I want to see you, Amma. Long time I didn't see you.
Okay, Swamiji.
Is dad or mom next to you?
Yes.
Can I say?
ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాం స్వామి
Yeah.
ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాం మేము
ఎవరయ్యా స్ఫూర్తినా హరినా?
నేను శ్రీకాంత్ స్వామిజీ
నారాయణ స్వామిజీ మధురిమా శ్రీకాంత్ ఇద్దరు ఉన్నాం స్వామిజీ.
ఒక్క నిమిషం, ఈ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగింది ఎవరు? క్వశ్చన్ ప్లీజ్.
Swamiji, this is Kriti. I have a question.
Go ahead, Kriti.
So, what happens to your soul after you get moksham and you are a jiva?
Your soul becomes free of all karma. The minute you get moksham, your soul will get divine senses, divine eyes that can see Narayana. You know, with our physical eyes, we cannot even look at the sun. You look at the sun at midday, not even 1 second, your eyes will be blinded. But that Krishna in Vaikuntham, that Narayana in Vaikuntham, he is shining like 1,000 suns. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhavet Yugapaduddhita, like 1,000 suns. So with our eyes, we cannot even look at one sun. So even if you go to Vaikuntham, how can you look at Narayana? Therefore, you will get divine senses, divine eyes, and you get a divine body. Because our physical body, we are all born as a 6 pounds babies. Then we started growing big. After some time, we become old. After some time, we have diseases. After some time, we have death. But if you go to Vaikuntham, you will never become old. You will never have cancer or heart attack or coronavirus. And you will never die. That means you need a special body. You get a divine body. And when you get a divine body, what all you do is do service to Bhagavan and enjoy the bliss while serving Bhagavan. That is called Brahmanandam, ultimate happiness, highest level of happiness. So once the soul leaves this body and once it attains salvation, what all thus it says, Tad Vishnoh Paramam Padakam Sada Pashyanti Surayah. Non-stop, the souls that attain Vaikuntham will get a divine body with a divine senses. They will never become old. There is no death. And they will enjoy constantly just looking at the Lord, looking at the Lord. They get that divine bliss. That's what you do in Vaikuntham. And you can do any kind of service you want to Krishna there. You can become a Gopika and sing for Krishna. You can become a Gopika and dance for Krishna. You can become a beautiful rose plant and give 1,000,000 roses for Krishna. You can become a mango tree and you can give 1,000,000 mangoes to Krishna. You can become a peacock and you can dance before Krishna. Anything you want to serve Krishna, you can do. Got it, Kriti?
Yes, Swamiji.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
why does Krishna drink eat butter?
Because Krishna is telling everyone of don't be hard like a stone, become soft like butter. Then Krishna will accept you. When we have all these negative thoughts, I want to enjoy, I want money, I want to be happy, I want this, we are making our heart like a stone, very hard. Krishna doesn't like it. When we start praying to Krishna, when we do accepting Sharanagati, our heart becomes very soft like butter. Then Krishna will come and enjoy that butter. But if we don't think of Krishna, we become hard and Krishna will run away from us. When you think of Krishna and do that Sharanagati, you become as soft as butter. And the minute Krishna knows it is butter, Krishna will come running to take it. Got it?
Yes, Swamiji.
Now I had to go to Annapurna. Wait a bit. Annapurna, question number.
Yes, Swamiji.
Go ahead. You have a question?
Um,
Come on, Annapurna. No questions?
I don't. Not right now, Swamiji.
Okay, then I had to ask you a question. Give me one good verse you like in Bhagavad Gita. Any one verse that you love in Bhagavad Gita.
Um,
Just any one verse which you like.
I don't know, Swamiji.
Okay, give me one incident why, whether you like Rama, Krishna, or anything, or why you like Rama or why you like Krishna, anything.
Um,
Come on, come on.
um,
What happened, Annapurna?
I don't know, Swamiji.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You remember one verse in Bhagavad Gita which tells every one of us, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janah paryupasate. Go ahead. Tesham, you forgot, Annapurna.
Um,
Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. You remember?
yes, Swamiji.
Okay. Give me one example where Krishna protected a devotee when they become pure with Ananya Bhakti.
When when Hiranyakashipu was trying to kill Prahalada in many ways, Swamiji.
Very good. Prahlada is one example. Another one.
When Draupadi, when Duryodhana's servants, when they were pulling Draupadi's sari.
I don't know who is talking. I'm asking Annapurna. Who is talking, sir? Oh, Anuradha, your son?
Gagan.
Gagan. Yes, Gagan. You better log in as
When
Gagan because I see as Anuradha. Okay, Gagan. When Draupadi's saris are pulled, yes, Krishna. Gagan, question to you. Did Krishna help Draupadi in the beginning? Gagan?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Krishna did not help Draupadi in the beginning because Draupadi did not do Sharanagati in the beginning. Draupadi was thinking there are others to protect her. Dhritarashtra can protect her, Bhishma can protect her, Drona can protect her, Bhima can protect her. Krishna did not even come. You have to go. So Krishna did not come into picture. Only when Draupadi said, I have no one else and I do Sharanagati, then only he protected. That is the meaning of Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. As long as we think there are others to protect us, Krishna will not even come into picture. Okay, Gagan, you have any question?
Yeah, Swamiji. So is Arjuna a devotee of Shiva or Vishnu? Because he got Pashupatastra from Shiva, and Krishna is helping him in Kurukshetra war. So who is he a devotee of?
You cannot say Arjuna did tapasya to Shiva to get Pashupatam. Yes. And Krishna is a good friend of Arjuna, and Krishna is the brother-in-law of Arjuna. So that kind of friendliness is there. Even though Krishna taught the whole Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, even though Krishna showed the Vishwarupam to Arjuna, Arjuna did not do Sharanagati and did not get moksha. And not only that, when the Kurukshetra war was going on, Namalvar says in his Pashrams, one day Arjuna said, Krishna, stop the chariot. Why? I want to do Shiva Puja today so that I can release Pashupatashram and complete the war today itself. Krishna said, I cannot stop the chariot. We are in the middle of the war. Even if I stop, they will shoot you. So keep shooting. Arjuna did not like it. Then Krishna got annoyed and folded his knee and said, look at my knee. That looks like Shivalingam. Offer your flowers here. Arjuna did that, but he did not like it and he did not use Pashupatam that day. That day war was over, evening, Arjuna rushed to a temple, Shiva temple. To his great surprise, whatever flowers he offered on the knee of Krishna were there exactly on the Shivalingam there. Padma, are you there? Padma, are you there? Hello, Padma Sriram. Padma, are you there? All right. So tomorrow next time I'll try to find the Pashuram and I'll send you, okay? Therefore, Arjuna, because of his attachment to Shiva, etc., he did not do Sharanagati, so he did not get moksha. So we cannot say for all practical purposes, Arjuna wanted everything. He wanted Krishna, he wanted Shiva, he wanted everyone, but he is not a completely surrendered soul. That's why he did not get moksha. Is that clear, Gagan?
Yes.
Go ahead, Amma. Next question.
Swamiji, on the communication, what I was meaning is usually these kids are, in the schools and everywhere, there are a lot of people telling wrong things and telling, what is not right, and how do they defend that and how do they answer back? That's
If,
what
if,
was
if
asking.
you teach them, if the parents can teach them the basic values, we follow a religion called Vedic religion, Sanatana Dharma. In our religion, these are our basic principles, and these we follow. And if the parents are following, the children will definitely learn. Unfortunately, most of the parents themselves are not following. If the parents follow, it is very easy for the children to learn. If the parents follow strict religious code of conduct, the children will become perfect, no doubt about that. Communications, the parents should start communicating with the children, including adolescents, including that kids are growing. You have to teach them, wait until you get married. Yes, you can have happiness. Yes, you can have your wife. Yes, you can have children. But this is not the time to be dragged into love, etc. This is the time for you to focus on studies. The minute you get a job, the minute you can support yourself, yes, you can get married. Yes, you can have family life. Yes, you can have children. You must educate them. At the same time, as children, you must give importance to your education. You must give importance to your spiritual welfare also. Communicate with them. Let everybody sit there for dinner together. Let everybody share their ideas. Spend at least 1 hour at the dining table every day in the evening. You will have communication skills. Oh, mommy, get my plate, please. Hey, come here. What are you doing? I'm watching TV, ma'am. Out of her affection, mummy will put everything in the plate and give a spoon, and then, okay, Kanna, take it. No communication. Everyone, like a discipline, including the parents, must come and sit at the dining table. You fix a time. 7 to 8 is the dining time, fine. 8 to 9, fine. 9 to 10, fine. Keep it. Let the mother, father, son, daughter, grandparents, let everybody come, sit, enjoy, help each other, talk to each other, listen to everyone. Communication starts with the family. A well communicated family is the most cultured family, is the most healthy family. Family values are very, very important. Go ahead, Amma. Next question. Kids, you have liberty to send me you. If I don't have the patience to write a long reply, if it needs a long reply, I will call you and I will definitely communicate with you. Okay? Okay, last chance. Any question for me, please? Emma, any kids? Anyone of you want to ask me a question?
Shrimanayana Swamiji.
Yes, sir.
Even though Krishna recites the whole Bhagavad Gita in front of Arjuna, why did he still not take Sharanagati?
Because they don't believe. Say, let me ask you a simple question. Your mother did Sharanagati. How come you did not do Sharanagati? Your mother, you go to your mother for your milk. You go to your mother for your breakfast. You go to your mother for lunch. You go to your mother for money. You go to your mother for pocket money. You go to your mother for your pizza. You go to your mother for your Deepavali crackers. You go to your mother for your dress. You go to your mother for everything. Then how come you are not following your mother? Same thing Arjuna too. Arjuna wanted only help. Krishna, will you be my chariot driver? Krishna, will you take care of me? But I won't listen to you. I will follow my own way. Same thing. If you love your mother, how come you don't follow your mother? Same thing. Arjuna told Krishna the same thing. Hello, you're only a friend. Don't expect I'll follow you. He did not follow. Arjuna did not do Sharanagati. Krishna said, you must do Sharanagati. Manmana bhava, madbhakto, madhyaji, mam namaskuru, mami wishes satyante pratyani prayosme. Arjuna did not do. Same thing. Arjuna did not do because his karma is very powerful. Even though Krishna is the best of the best teachers. How do you know Krishna is the best teacher? Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. He is the teacher for the whole universe. In spite of that, Arjuna did not accept Krishna as his real teacher. That's why he failed. Okay?
Narayana. Thank you.
So you better go and follow your mom. Okay? Make your mom happy. If you make your mom happy, you made the whole world happy. Got it?
Got it.
And anybody who wants to become great, remember, rule number 1, make your mother happy. You will become great. That is why they say Matru Devo Bhava. Next, Pitru Devo Bhava. Make your father happy. You will become great. But when it comes to between dad and mom, mom will be the first priority. Second priority, dad. Third priority, Acharya. Your mom is your first teacher. Your mom is the one who first taught you how to speak, how to brush, how to talk, how to sing, how to walk, how to run. Everything your mother did. She is your first teacher, okay? All right, kids. Thank you. We'll see you again next Sunday. Oh, next Saturday for your regular.
Narayana Swamiji.
Narayana Swami.